The thing that we know is they love to outdo the last attack.
Last year, I had a dream that shook me to my core. And after seeing this video and other evidence, I'm even more convinced that what I saw in the dream hasn't come to pass, but they are planning for that very thing to happen on American soil. Please take a moment just to listen. This is not to scare you, it is to prepare you. Get ready, pray up, and pray against that which the enemy is trying to do in order to keep his plan in motion.
The thing that we know is they love to outdo the last attack. They're not going to be casual about the next one. They're going to make it a point to make it bigger and more spectacular and more paralyzing than the last one.
And I could hear them as I'm looking down at the grave site. I heard, and I quote, "We'll do it again, but worse this time."
The budget that they had on 9/11.
Yeah, and they're 10x bigger, probably close to 80,000 fighters. I think they had something like a couple thousand before 9/11. I'll have to check those numbers.
They were planning a catastrophic event. I saw them in the dream planning and conspiring. The ones from America were saying that it would just be a repeat of 9/11.
Local distributed attacks, and that there's a very good chance that the next thing we see on the homeland could be an October 7 style house-to-house, restaurant-to-restaurant, synagogue-to-chapel kind of attack on a massive scale. Now, you think about what would happen if you had an October 7 style attack in Houston, Akron, Youngstown, Dallas, Miami, all at the same time.
I had this. This is a dream that I woke up with 2 days ago. And I was told in the dream to warn the church. I saw Zelensky from Ukraine. I'm reading this from my notes, so I apologize. It's not polished, but I saw Zelensky from Ukraine, and I knew in the dream that he was a puppet that represented the regime that backed him. So it's not about Zelensky in particular, it's about the group, the system that represents that whole beast. He was forming an alliance with Marina Abramovich. I hope I said that right. Most of you know who she is. I will include a link here so you know who I'm talking about. But the majority of you, if you're watching this video, you know who she is. We were being told that the alliance was for her contribution in Ukraine, but that's not what it's about. I'm telling you now, I saw in the dream, the alliance is for her, because if anyone knows about Satanism and how witches and warlocks can summon specific demons that others can't, you have to be to a certain level in Satanism to be able to summon the demons needed to defeat or to go accomplish the specific task for which they're sent. That was the union and the purpose of the union between these two. Okay, they, along with many others in our government here in the United States, were planning together. We all know that we have a regime installed in our government. They were planning a catastrophic event. I saw them in the dream planning and conspiring. The ones from America were saying that it would just be a repeat of 9/11. I was then taken in the spirit to the 9/11 memorial. I didn't see the memorial towers. All I saw were the gravestones, 2 grave markers underneath the memorial towers. The memorial towers were gone, just the grave markers. marking all of those dead, innocent people. As I was looking at the memorial, I heard a conversation. I heard them conspiring in Ukraine, and I could hear them as I'm looking down at the gravesite. I heard, and I quote, "We'll do it again, but worse this time."
The thing that we know is they love to outdo the last attack.
I woke up at that point to use the bathroom, and I was really tired, so I said, "Lord, I'll write this down when I wake up, in the morning." Well, I fell back asleep and I dreamt the same exact thing, but this time it was worse. This time there was a lot of emphasis placed on tell my people, and there was a lot of emphasis placed on overhearing the conversation. Like, you need to warn the people now. The reason I shared those other dreams is because this all comes together. I believe it's connected. I believe that this storm that the young man saw in our church is connected to this catastrophic event. And the Lord gave me this insight into the conversation and told me specifically, tell the church to pray against this event. Church, we have to unite. We have to take a stand. Everyone that has a heart for intercession, everyone that has a heart for the lost, for the people of God, those that haven't come into the fold yet, no matter who you are, pray against this event. They are planning something worse than 9/11. Whether it's just on U.S. soil, I don't know. But it was U.S. soil that I was taken to in the spirit and shown this. When that storm comes upon us, we're not going to be prepared. But we can pray against it. If you would pray and commission, ask the Father to commission his angels, his warring angels, like the lady saw in the parking lot here at our church, his warring angels to stand against this and to stop it, to bring our nation to repentance, to bring them to that place where they don't need a judgment event, where they don't need, this catastrophic event to occur. They don't allow it in the spirit. Guys, we've been given the authority over these things. But in that young man's vision, the church was celebrating. The church was oblivious to this planning. They didn't realize that it was taking place. And then I'm warning them, pray, pray, pray. So that's my message to you. Take it and take it before the Lord. Let him speak to you. But please, guys, please pray that whatever they are planning, whatever demons they are summoning, that it is stopped. I pray for each one of you, everyone watching this video, whether you think it's crazy or not, doesn't matter to me. I'm doing and being about my Father's business and doing what he told me to do, which is warn the church to pray. I love you all. Until next time.